Sam Heughan spotted with Outlander's sexy female crew. What's really going on behind the scenes? The party wasn't on the agenda. The Scottish Highlands was still shrouded in a hazy grey of drizzle and mist. The Outlander cast entered the final week of filming for the 2-episode special, kept strictly secret from the media. Amidst the silence, Sam Heughan, a familiar face as Jamie Fraser, reappeared on the set in Inverness after a 2-week absence, citing personal vacation. But as soon as he set foot on the set, Sam was struck by a strange shock. The entire crew was now women. From the assistant director, cameraman, wardrobe, stage assistant to lighting specialist, all were women. Not only were they skilled at their craft, but they also looked strangely sexy, as if they had just stepped off a fashion magazine photoshoot rather than the muddy set of Outlander. Sam laughed. Is this real? Or am I in an unannounced Victoria's Secret crossover? His words elicited a few laughs, but the atmosphere was still off. The script wasn't in the distribution copy. That afternoon, Sam was handed a new copy of the script, thicker than usual, with no page numbers, no title, and a strange security code, K. H. Project, internal eyes only. He read to page 4 and stopped. Jamie Fraser was kidnapped by a group of women dressed in mid-20th century vintage clothing, taken to an unknown place in time, where they controlled his memory for a 72-hour emotional experiment. Not Outlander, no Claire, no 18th century, no time travel. Sam frowned at the assistant director, a red-haired woman named Clara Wynne, introduced today. She smiled, put her hand on his shoulder, and said, "Welcome to a special part, only for those who remember who you are." Cameras, not recording. As the shoot began, Sam noticed something strange. No action, sound, no stopwatch, and most importantly, no cameras recording. He thought it was a hidden camera prank, but as time went on, it became more and more surreal. The actresses, all of whom were not on the official crew list, never made a mistake, never needed direction. They moved in sync, exactly as programmed. One of them, Lilith, who plays the leader, whispers to Sam in the third shot. "This isn't a shoot, this is an experiment, and you, Sam Heughan, are the final subject." The past rewritten. That night, Sam slipped away from the set and drove straight to the hotel in Inverness where he had been staying since the beginning of the project. But when he entered his room, he discovered that all his personal photos, from his family to his backstage, had been replaced with pictures of him with strange women, in the exact clothes he had worn that day. There was also a handwritten note on the table: "This episode will never air. But you will live in it, forever." Memory replay. Sam loses time. The next morning, Sam woke up in the same hotel bed where he had slept the night before. But something was wrong. The sunlight through the curtains was too much like yesterday. The clock on the wall stood still at 7:47. The phone had no signal. And the strangest thing, the knock on the door rang, exactly 3 times, like last night. Once again, it was Clara Wynne, the assistant director, who answered the door. "Good morning, Sam. Shall we start day 3? Sam was confused. Day 3? I remember yesterday was day 1. Wasn't it? Clara tilted her head and smiled slightly, as if he had just told a bad joke. You never get tired of joking, do you? This is day 3. You always say that every morning. Repeat, but different. When he returned to the set, Sam realized that today's scene was exactly the same as yesterday's, but the female characters had been swapped, the dialogue had been slightly adjusted, like a variation on the same script. Sam tried to check the script book, but every time he looked away from it, a few lines would change automatically, as if someone was rewriting the story in real time. He began to panic. Part 6. Lilith reveals her true identity. I'm not a filmmaker. That evening, Sam went to the wardrobe department to find answers. There, he found Lilith, the woman playing the female leader, sitting alone in the dressing room, no makeup, no lights. Her real face was different from the film, stern, sharp, and completely unacted. How much of your real life do you remember, Sam? She asked, not looking at him. I don't understand. What am I being played with? Whose project is this? Sam replied, panting. Lilith turned to look at him. For the first time, she used her real voice, without the theatricality. I'm not an actor, and this isn't a film crew. You're living in an emotional simulation scenario where every decision you make is analyzed and stored for use in the Memorization of Artists Project. I don't believe it. This is a TV show, Outlander. This is my life, Sam shouted. Lilith pointed to the mirror. On the other side of the mirror, there was no reflection of Sam's face, but a white room with many people watching through screens, taking notes, adjusting parameters like in a research center. The white room, where Sam's memory copy was stored. Sam tried to break the mirror door but couldn't do it. At that moment, the lights in the room went out. When he turned back on, he found himself no longer on the set, but in a completely white room, with no windows, no doors, just a chair and a large screen in front of him. The screen turned on, and an automated female voice said, "Welcome to the 17th test, Sam Heughan. Please confirm your most recent memory." The screen flashed back, the set, the hotel, the conversation with Lilith, and an image that stunned him, himself, in the bedroom, fast asleep, while another copy of himself walked out the door. What is this? Sam muttered. The female voice replied, the current memory copy has reached 84% stability. Synchronization is complete. Sam stepped back, broken. Am I a copy? Or am I being cloned?